How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to Ethereal Enigma. I'm actually really excited for this one tonight. Things have been going pretty well. I'm just a little like I'm very, very busy nowadays, but this is always a treat to get to, so I'm very excited. I'm actually, though, my space is a little covered up. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but I'm actually really into Magic the Gathering. It's something I played the card game-wise in high school. You know, it's an old card game, but it actually has a lot of good stuff about it. Specifically, I play Commander, which is just a type of the game. But it's something I got into more recently. It was something I never really had the means to do before, and just like, but now like I enjoy the idea of like building decks and putting ideas together. And so I got really excited and got building one, and then ran out of time because that's my life now. And so technically I'm in the middle of building, and so I've got a bunch of cards right in front of me. But thankfully, to record a video, I don't actually need this space very much. I just need my mouse, which is like over on this side. So I'm okay, but like I might, if I get something happens and I start freaking out and picking up stuff, like I've just dumped all these cards on the floor. So, you know, don't like, it's just kind of weird. I normally have this place all cleared up for recordings, but today I just don't want to mess these piles up. I actually spent like an hour organizing these before I got caught up in other things. So I'm just going to record with it like this now. But in case you ever were wondering, I'm a fan of Magic the Gathering. I'm just a nerd geek through and through. So I do tabletop miniatures, I like Magic the Gathering, I play D&D, actually preferably Pathfinder, but I play a D&D game. I've got a campaign, I'm running a campaign as a DM that I've been having go for 3 years. So yeah, like I'm fully submersed into all that stuff. Like, if it wasn't obvious. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Let's, I don't know, jump in and enjoy these like stories. So I guess we've been spending some time with the team, and we kind of confronted Daisuke, and he turns out to be Velden, though he doesn't know like why he's here. So we're not really closer to an answer per se, but you know, I get the feeling, I think we're in the end game here. Like I think we're towards part 5, if not actually in part 5, which is the final part. So we could be ending the series in the next couple episodes, because whilst PixelFade games have been our joy to play, they are shorter when it comes to VNs. So let's see what happens. Let's jump right back into things. So she said, Aunt Demiko says, "Well, go home, you two."
Are you all packed up for your trip?
Wait, what trip? Oh, right, we're going to the beach house with Kira, so that'll be fun.
I still have a few things to pack.
Same here. Mina grins from her spot on the couch.
I'm all done. I got a head start for once.
You're kind of the proactive one, though. That makes sense.
Well, I'm sure you'll all have a lot of fun. The sunshine will feel so nice.
I know. I'm really excited.
It's funny because like I was just about to say, like, man, I didn't get to do cool stuff in high school like this, but I totally did. I had a friend whose parents ended up getting a cabin up in the mountains near state parks and ski resorts. And it was kind of a winter lodge place, and I got to go there a couple times, and that was freaking awesome. I'm not the biggest winter fan per se, like, I just fine. I enjoy sledding, and I used to ski a lot before I got a really bad knee injury. But I've always preferred the warm weather, but like, it still is like, I got to go to a winter cabin a few times. So, beach cabin, a little better probably, but mostly because that's a preference of mine. I like beaches more than I like snow, like 6 feet of snow in the mountains. But 6 feet of snow in the mountains, pretty cool still. So I don't know. I had a pretty lucky high school. Like my high school experience was pretty good. Uncle Hajime nods.
Yes, you'll have a great time. Just don't forget to be home in time for Family Day.
Oh.
Don't worry, Dad. Of course we'll be back.
Yep, everyone's gonna be home by then. Erilynn hesitates, but Aunt Demiko offers her a smile.
That includes you too, Erilynn. Family Day won't be complete without you.
I'm actually gonna be really sad when she does. Like, I think she's going to find her way home, and it's gonna kind of be sad. Like, I wonder if like you're down her romance path, if you can go to Velden with her or something, or maybe she would choose to stay. But even if not, like, it'll kind of be sad with her gone. Erilynn softens into a smile.
I look forward to celebrating.
After a nod, Aunt Emiko checks the time.
Okay, Hajime and I need to return to the bakery.
I'm gonna finish packing then.
As will I.
Mina looks around at all of us departing.
Oh, everyone's leaving? Well, I have plans too.
Mina, you could come hang out with me if you want. Yeah? What are your plans?
It's a secret.
Oh, I'm curious. Tell me.
Nope.
Please?
Nuh-uh.
Those must be really good plans if they're so secret. Erilynn's already halfway up the stairs by the time Mina and I are done talking, and I hurry upstairs to split off into my room. Spit off, I don't know. Let's see, what do I need for the beach? Gather my swimsuit, a towel, throw in a bottle of sunscreen and other essentials. Next I grab extra change of clothes and shoes. Scuffling around the room, I pull out what I need and toss them into my bag. Finally, I'm done. Take one last look around, then unzip my luggage. I went faster than I anticipated. I still have the evening to spend as I wish. Maybe someone will be free to hang out. Everyone will be free to hang out. Can you really pick the super loader? Just I'll just go to the arcade. All these choices, and you choose the arcade. It'd be you really want the solo ending, don't you? I'm guessing there is one. You know what? I'm actually excited to explore all the possible endings. I gotta see, honestly, if there is a beta ending, but I mean, come on. Come on. We gotta go and pick with Kira. Of course we do. I dial Kira's number, she quickly answers.
Hello.
Hey, Kira.
Oh, hi.
She sounds weirdly out of breath. Are you okay?
I think so.
You think?
My parents shipped me a new TV, but the delivery arrived while I was at school. I'm trying to carry the box inside.
Good thing I called. By yourself?
Yes.
The last TV in Kira's house was already pretty big, and knowing her parents, they surely replaced it with an even bigger one. No wonder she's struggling to move it on her own. Do you need any help moving it? She hesitates.
That would be really appreciated.
Right, I chuckle. Alright, I'll be there in a few.
Okay.
Yeah, just casually go over and help her pick up what is, it's probably gonna be a 60-incher or something. After we say goodbye, I hang up and get ready to leave. Then I slip on my shoes and exit the house. She smiles as I approach.
Hi.
Hey! Oh, literally, hey!
Thanks for coming to help.
Oh, no problem. Beside her is a box that's almost as tall as she is. Wow, you were trying to move this by yourself? She nods. Well, if it's a flat screen, it probably is more bulky than heavy. I mean, it's amazing how light technology has gotten now. I actually, I not so much the old CRTs, but we did have a CRT, one of the nicer ones when I was growing up, mostly because my parents got it when they first got married, and then they just never bothered to upgrade because it was fine until it's funny because I think that thing worked until we literally threw it out. I think that dinosaur it refused to die, but it wasn't compatible with modern stuff anymore. But yeah, that thing was a dinosaur and it was freaking huge. And I think any TV I've had since then, even though they're far bigger, has never weighed as much as that thing did. But still, that's a lot for a person.
I was okay until I reached the steps.
Yeah. There are ways to do it. If you put something on underneath it, like a material that lets it slide, you could leverage it better, but it also depends a lot on where the entrance is and how many steps you're talking about. Ironically, fewer steps would actually be harder in this case, because then you're going to threaten to hit the ceiling right over the doorway. I glance at the small steps leading up to the front door. This is definitely a two-person job. Yeah, I can see that. Well, let's get this thing moved then. With a nod, Kira grabs one side of the box and I lift the other. Carefully, we squeeze through the front door and gently place it down the living room. We rip open the packaging and remove it from the box. The best part! The plastic pull off of the screen. Oh! Next, I help Kira move her old TV before we lift the new one to take its place. Once the TV's secure, we both collapse onto the couch. Whew, glad that's done. Kira nods as she catches her breath.
Thank you for your help.
No problem. It looks great. She nods. Should we turn it on and to make sure it works?
Good idea.
Yeah, just break it in. Plus, we didn't watch that movie we were talking about last time. After hooking everything up, Kira plugs the TV in and it blinks on. So far, so good. She finishes setting up her accounts and the screen turns gray while it updates. Guess there's nothing left to do but wait. Should I stay or go? I came over to help and it seems like she's got it handled from here. Stay! I sneak a glance at Kira and catch her staring at me. She quickly looks away and I dart my gaze to the floor. I can't believe she caught me looking at her. You caught her looking at you, idiot! Something white catches my eye. Hey, Kira, there's a card in here addressed to you. Must have fallen out while we were moving stuff around.
Oh.
She sounds indifferent, but pads over and sits by me, opening the card.
It's from my parents.
That's nice. But what does it say?
Nothing surprising. They can't make family day.
Well, I know it doesn't mean the same, but you can come spend family day with us. It is a little messed up. This is cute, but not fixing the problem, but celebrate on a different day. That's like the pragmatic one. And like, it messed up, but at the same time, like, people can't help them, like, their schedules. Like, I mean, think about it, like, if you had a person whose job is to be a police officer or a fireman, they don't get to choose their days. In fact, some of the most important days they work are the holidays, because people are the most likely to get into problems or to need assistance because things happen. And so, like, while it can be easy to be upset, I don't know, but I think celebrating on a different day would be a decent compromise. It really sucks, but it's not that big a deal. Family Day could technically be celebrated on any day. Family Day is just an arbitrary day to spend time with your family, which honestly could be done on any other day as well.
Yes, that's true.
When are you supposed to see them next?
I don't know.
Oh, I guess it does make it a little harder.
I'm used to it. They've canceled Family Day in previous years, too. Truth be told, I was just waiting for the card to show up, and as expected, here it is.
What's really kind of crappy about this is that they tried to soften the blow by buying her stuff. It's literally like, they're literally like, oh, I can't have an emotional connection with you, so instead I'll try and make you happy with monetary things. And it's so crappy because that's so not like what Kira wants, nor what any person really wants. You know, like maybe some people don't want that, but I think the vast majority of us would easily trade like fun gadgets, especially replacing a gadget that was already fine and worked perfectly for family time. I mean, I guess to be fair, you don't choose your family. Your family could be crazy, they could be toxic, they could be bad for you. Don't ever feel bad if you feel like your family is just such a bad influence and a bad like part of your life that you just want them to be kind of cut away. That's not, oh, it's not great, it sucks, but you should never feel guilty if that's the case. But for many of us, we do want to have better bonding time with our families, maybe even build bridges and, you know, like repair relationships that have gone awry. And it sucks when we might be willing and wanting to build those bridges and there's just no reciprocation. And that's also something that you can't help. Like, it's like any relationships, it has to be a two-way street. If you're constantly putting energy into something and they're never reciprocating or taking advantage of it, then that's toxic and you shouldn't feel obligated to do that. But that doesn't change that you want that in your life, you know? Luckily, we can make those bonds with other people and find family even if we struggle to find the biological connection. There are great people who can become family other ways, but regardless, it's a tough topic. There's really no good answers here, you know? Like, every time I make a point, I keep thinking of examples of why the opposite is also true. That really sucks.
I think it's harder for my brother.
Holy fetch, we didn't even know she had a sibling. I blink. You have a brother. She nods and shows me the second card that was hidden in the envelope. It's scribbled, uncertain handwriting. And all the words, Happy Family Day. It's signed with a heart that says, Tobo. I can't believe I've known Kira for this long. I had no idea she had a sibling. Wow, I didn't know you had a brother. You never mentioned him.
He's a lot younger.
How old is he?
4.
Wow, that is a huge difference. Aw, that's a cute age. Do you have a picture? She nods and digs out her phone. After scrolling through, she shows me a picture of a tiny Japanese boy. His black hair hangs over his eyes. He smiles brightly, exposing a missing front tooth. Oh no, this is gonna hit the heartstrings. I notice immediately that he looks a lot like his parents, but not much like Kira at all. He looks a lot like your mom.
Yes, he would since they had him.
Huh? I mean, I see some resemblance with you and your... I hesitate. She doesn't look like her parents at all.
I was adopted when I was 10 years old.
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, I see. I'm surprised I didn't notice it when I first met her parents, but the photo she just shared made it quite obvious. It explains her exotic features and why she doesn't look like the rest of her family. I mean, that doesn't really matter, though. This news is really personal, and I can tell it's not something she talks about often. I appreciate that she trusts me enough to open up. It's funny because like on the topic of adoption, it's something that my wife and I are pretty adamant on. Like, we want to adopt. We want to be able to provide a home for someone who needs it. And I think it's one of the greatest things ever. One of the funny things is that as I've become more and more serious about like this becoming an eventuality, that probably not in the near future, but like at some point we want to do that. And it's funny how much media revolves around the idea of adoption. It's something that we've grown up with all the time. Like, so many Disney movies essentially talk about the idea and concept of adoption, even if it's in slightly different formats and forms, but many times it's blatant. It's so interesting how many heroes of books and stories that we read and tell are adopted. And yeah, it's still such a kind of a taboo thing. Like, people often will be like, oh, that's so cool, but like recoil at the idea of themselves participating in an adoption process of some kind. But you got to think about the fact that, like, whilst like it's important to like have family connections, they're people who need help, like kids. And I just love the idea of being able to, like, I don't know, at least give one person like a chance to have a family. So I don't know, that's just really cool. That must have been a big change for you. She nods.
It was very different from the orphanage. Wow. I traveled a lot with my parents. They were always attending press conferences or business meetings, and I would go to all of them.
Wow, that is quite a difference.
I got used to having cameras in my face and seeing myself in magazines. I thought this was what normal life was supposed to be.
Wow. She was literally in magazines. That's crazy. I forgot how big her parents are, but yeah, they're like supposed to be like world conglomerate size. Like to borrow from the Mublev series, she's kind of like a miniature Mitsurugi Maya. Like, that's the level we're talking.
Then Tomo was born and the traveling stopped. My parents were busy with the baby, and I was old enough to go to boarding school, so I didn't see my family very much.
Part of me is like suspicious that like the biological child kind of superseded the adopted child. I really hope that's not true though. I don't think so, but I wonder if she sees it that way because when the baby came, everything changed. Boarding school must have been a big shock for you since you were no longer around your family. Kara pauses, thinking.
It wasn't that different, actually.
Oh?
Even though I was with my parents, I didn't spend much time with them. They were always being interviewed or hosting events. When we were home, they were still working, and I spent most of my time with the nanny. It just felt like I traded nannies for teachers at boarding school.
I mean, they're busy and being successful, but what sometimes is success worth the sacrifices? Kira's home life is a lot more isolating than I realized. I can understand a little bit. Since my mom and dad travel a lot, Uncle Hajime and Aunt Emiko act like my second parents, but we both know that even if they discipline me, they aren't my parents. I'm sure that's how Kira feels with her nannies too. The difference is when my parents return, they always go out of their way to make up for lost time with me before leaving again. It breaks my heart that Kira doesn't have that bond. How about your brother? Are you close with him?
I try to be, but I was away at boarding school and now I'm here in Matsukaze. He goes to preschool, and then the nannies take him to all of his accelerated learning programs. He hardly sees my parents either, but when I'm home, I make sure to spend time with him.
Oh, that's good. It almost seems like your parents are too busy to have kids. Kara nods, her expression turning serious.
They are, and I wish they'd see that what they're doing is unfair. What could be more important than your own family?
We're getting freaking deep here.
And now they're raising Tomo the same way they raised me. At least I was old enough to handle what was happening. Having a family is better than not having one. But Tomo is so young. He doesn't understand.
Kira pauses, lowering her gaze.
But everywhere I went, everyone always talked about how lucky I was to be an Igarashi.
Yeah, that's the kicker right there, huh?
I know that my parents provide for us, and I'm very grateful for everything they've given me. I overhear others who are jealous of all the cool gadgets and latest tech that I have, but they don't realize that what they have with their families is worth more than anything money can buy.
Okay. Normally we come to these sessions and it's like, oh, jokey, fun, stupid time. No, this is like, for real, man. She trails off, turning away. My heart aches for Kira and her brother. I can tell Kira tries her best to be strong, but it's hard not to let these things get to her. I don't know what to say. Your family loves you. That's true. Like, they're not prioritizing things properly. But they try. In their weird way, they're trying. And maybe if they could be confronted, they could see that they need to try something different. I'll be your family's sounds cutesy, but it's definitely not appropriate for this. Don't focus on the negative. I also don't think is appropriate. These stories, though, like the summaries tend to go off in the wrong way. It's the same problem that I tend to have with the choices in games like Fallout, where you get like a little blurb, like Fallout 4 specifically, where you get a blurb or like an emotion, and you click it, and then it just goes off. And sometimes it goes in a direction you really didn't expect or really want. And that's what I really hate about right here, because I feel like all of these are going to go in directions I don't anticipate. So I'm going to go with the one I think is the most likely to strike home to the ideas that I would want to express personally if I were talking to Kira right now, and that would be this idea that your family does love you. They're doing a terrible job of expressing it, and maybe you need to help them understand that. But the signs say that they do care. They just don't express it properly. I'm sure your parents love you. They just don't know how to show it. Kira remains quiet.
How can you be certain of that?
Look at all the things they do for you. When you said you wanted to come to Matsukaze, they let you move here, and they made sure you'd be comfortable, providing you with top-of-the-line living arrangements. Plus, they're letting you use the beach house how you see fit. It might just be material items, but I think that might be the only way they know how to express their feelings. Kira doesn't speak as she takes in my words, then she slowly nods. Thank goodness he absolutely did nail exactly what I was trying to express. I do think it's a little tactless being from the outside. It's better to just be able to be like, that really does suck, but we've already done that. And it did seem like she wanted to hear our thoughts on the matter, so I think this is about the best we could expect.
They work so hard to earn money, and they're very generous with it. I've never been left wanting for anything.
Exactly. Obviously, money isn't everything, and they can't replace quality time spent together, but your parents do care for you in their own way. She nods again, offers me a small smile. Besides, you also have Tomo, and he has you, a big sister who gives him lots of hugs and who will definitely tease him about girls when he's older. Kira blinks and giggles.
That's true. Tomo will always have me to be there for him.
Oh, I love Happy Kira. She's so cute. She gives me a genuine smile, and I can tell her mood seems lifted.
Thanks.
For what?
For listening.
That's what I'm here for. We hear a ding and look up to see the TV's finished updating. Oh hey, your TV's ready.
Yeah.
She reaches for the remote, but before she grabs it, the TV screen shifts. Setup complete. Netflix automatically opens up and scrolls through her list of suggested movies. Every single film has a pink or pastel background with a heart somewhere in the corner and a smiling man and woman. That could only mean she's into romances. That's a lot of romantic comedies. Oh, that sounds cute. Let's watch one. She snatches the remote and turns off the TV, but as she catches my gaze, her face burns red.
Is it weird?
It's surprising. No, it's not weird. It's just a little unexpected. Her blush deepens.
I like to watch other shows too.
It's okay. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to be ashamed to like something that's a little different. It's what makes you such an interesting person.
You think I'm interesting?
Frankly, who couldn't? Who wouldn't think you're interesting? But yeah, absolutely. I blink. I feel the heat rise in my own face. Yeah.
Thanks.
She looks away, but I catch her smile. Anyway, it looks like your TV's working. She nods. It's getting kind of late now, though. I should probably head back.
Okay.
It's not true at all, but sure. Kira pushes herself to her feet and walks me to the door.
Thank you for all of your help today.
No problem. I'm glad I could be here. Don't hesitate to let me know if I can help again. She smiles softly.
I won't.
See you tomorrow, then. She nods. Oh, Kira. We say goodbye, then I begin my journey home. I learned a lot about Kira today. Some of it was more serious than others, but it makes me feel that much closer to her. That was a really, opening up session. This is probably the first time she's allowed herself to be supported by someone else, and I hope I'll have more opportunities to be there for her in the future. Soon I ride back home. After taking off my shoes, I head upstairs and go to my room to relax. I relax for a little bit, trying to decide what I want to do before bed, but a noise in the hallway distracts me. So I poke my head into the hall. Sounds like the noise is coming from Mina's room. Wonder what she's up to. I go down the hall to see that her door is open. Mina hovers at her desk fiddling with a webcam. Is she going to be a streamer? Hey. She turns around and grins.
Oh, hey, cuz.
As I enter, I see Kosei leaning on the other side of the desk.
My man! Glad to see you're finally available.
Okay, what's going on here? Kosei, when did you get here?
Oh, he came over a little bit ago.
Oh, I see.
Rumor around the office is that you went to spend some quality one-on-one time with Miss Igarashi.
Okay, first of all, who's spreading these rumors? There was nothing like that. She just needed help moving something. Kosei grins. I hate that I know exactly what he's thinking. Really, dude?
I didn't say anything.
Anyway, what are you guys up to?
Setting all this stuff up. I tried to do it on my own, but it's way more complicated than it looks. Since you were busy, I called Kosei for help.
What is she gonna do? Setting up what?
Mina's streaming station!
I knew it! I knew it! Mina would actually be pretty good at it, honestly. Especially if she became a Wait. Is she technically a VTuber if she were streaming? But because in their world, that's how they look, that wouldn't be a VTuber, so no. Anyway, I'm sure she'd do great. He motions the webcam. Besides the microphone is attached to an improvised boom arm. Actually, this is technically a real boom arm. I had an improvised one for a while. Turns out this kind, effectively it's a mic stand. Just because I want something that was solid, because the microphone is a lot heavier than you'd think. And my improvised arm like gave out, mostly because it was crap. But I got this one, and while it's bulky, it's like real hardy, sturdy. It's only like $40, and like it'll probably last forever, really. I don't know. If you ever want a little bit of advice on how to start streaming or making content, I had to teach most of this all to myself, but I had a little bits and pieces of help from other people who were creators. So if you ever want to have little bits of advice, just jump into the Discord, drop a message, like, and tag me in it. Like, obviously, if things get much bigger on the channel, this offer might be tougher to deal with, but with our current size, it actually wouldn't be too bad. And I could easily like answer some direct questions. And if I got enough interest from some of you who might want to start your own channels or making your own content in any way, I might do a general post that like I could pin somewhere, but it'd be easier at this point to answer direct questions. So feel free to message me if you join the Discord. It'd be something I'd be happy to share because I mean, I got help when I got it, and I'm still trying to learn this all, you know, like it's going to be a process, but I think it's great. Just make sure if you're going to do something like this, do it because you love it, not because you expect to get famous. That's really how this all works. I mean, like consider myself like horrendously, amazingly successful compared to what I expected. And I'm still a small fry compared to actual like channels that can do it as a living. I hope I could get there someday, but I would always love to see more people start, especially if you want to make content like visual novels. I really think that we need to keep getting the message out there. Anyway, he motioned a webcam, like, is my innocent cousin become a cam girl? Shut up, no. That sounds cool. Streaming, that sounds really neat. Mina beams.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Wonder what is she gonna stream, I wonder. She could be a gamer, I just don't see her doing that. I wonder if she'll be a mukbanger. They actually did a good job with the setup. Mina must be taking this seriously. So, what prompted you to do all this?
Hina from my swim team is going abroad for a couple of weeks, so we all decided it would be fun to keep in touch by streaming party games together.
Okay. So that's at least playing together, but streaming implies you're going to be sharing it too. Interesting. That's a smart idea. She nods.
Besides, it's always nice to try something new, and streaming looks like a lot of fun.
I would agree. I don't do a ton of the live streaming. I've done it though, and I do think it's fun. I do think I prefer personally being able to edit, just because I like cultivating and making sure that the quality's there. Especially because I don't always have the most stable schedule. I recently had to stop live streaming until I make sure that my schedule could handle the burden of it. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get back into it soon. Can't argue with you there. I think the funniest thing I saw was the one guy who programmed a chair you couldn't sit on. He apparently designed a surgery robot, though. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty generous name for it. Surgery robot. Okay, programmed a chair you couldn't sit on. That must be referencing something, but I'm not sure if I know. The only chair I could think of that's like memeing was the PewDiePie "Can your chair do this" meme. And then surgery robot. The only thing I can think of there is like the knife wielding tentacle. But again, I think it's going over my head here. Mina giggles.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that guy is hilarious and obviously really smart to make all of that. And kind of a cutie too. Honestly, he's pretty much the whole package if you ask me.
Apparently they are referencing someone and they're making a very specific I nod in agreement. She speaks the truth.
If we're talking about the best streamers, let me present to you my favorite.
Kosei opens up a Twitch browser and navigates to a girl playing a new Pongo Pals game.
And then we block the attack and get ready for a counter.
Lily Pichu. I like that you actually have the kappa. Are you sure you're allowed to do a kappa? Okay, so it looks like it's supposed to be a Pokemon. Lily Pichu. This supposed to be maybe Pokemon reference? Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Red Pongo is weak to water. Tibay, can't see Tibay. Pongo's cute. Well, it's absolutely pretty on point here.
Just have to be a little careful with the timing and...
You watch her perfectly time on-screen actions and the word victory flashes across the screen.
We did it! We finally got the last Pongo for this map. Thank you, Chad, for believing in me. Uwu. Make sure to use your Twitch Prime sub.
Who says that?
Isn't she just the cutest?
Look at Mina's glare. Like, Mina looks unimpressed.
Really, Kosei? Are you seriously falling for that?
What are you talking about?
Thank you, Chad, for believing in me. Come on. The overly cute Ayaya personality and the fake voice.
Wow, Mina, when did you become such a hater? What do you mean fake voice?
Well, she's probably upscaling her voice because it sounds like, it's a voice acting. But that's the thing. A lot of streamers do a persona. A lot of content creators do, actually. It actually can be probably a healthy thing to separate and kind of have a caricature that you project. I also think they tend to be a lot more successful, especially if they tend to be good voice actors and have good, bits and, being able to drop jokes and kind of be in the moment. That's something I'm weaker in. I tend to just be myself, and that works for me and it works for some people, but I also understand that the powerhouses, the people who I'm most fond of watching, tend to have a persona that they project, and that's cool. It's just something I've never really been good at. If anything, if there's a persona you get of me, it might be you're getting the unfiltered version of me, where I just talk whatever I want to say, where most of the time in life, I'm quiet because I don't think most people care what I say, which is true. I think most of them don't. But hey, you're here on the channel, so you must be interested at least somewhat, right? So it's nice. It lets me kind of pull off the veil of perceived perceptions, I don't know, and just lets me be me.
She's trying so hard to sound like an anime girl. Newsflash, you're not voicing a 15-year-old high school anime character in a slice-of-life visual novel. Jeez.
The meta was already pretty bad, but this is getting super meta. We're like entering the 5th dimension of metas. How many walls are we gonna break? That was oddly specific. Yeah, because it's also ironic that a streamer or content creator here is reacting to them talking about content creators.
Mina, think about it. Do you seriously think she can keep that fake voice and act up for hours on end, day after day?
Yeah. She crosses her arms.
You'd be surprised.
And you're totally wrong.
They glare at each other, neither willing to back down. Finally, they turn to me.
What do you think, cuz?
Honestly, I think Mina's right. I think Mina's onto something. All of it seems a little too coincidental.
Ha! See? Even he agrees.
Y'all just a bunch of haters.
That didn't seem to help change either of their minds. They continue to stare daggers at each other. Well, with the way this is going, I think it might be in my best interest to remove myself from the situation. Before I can think of a convenient excuse, Kosei's phone beeps an alert. He checks his messages and blinks in surprise.
Oh man, I didn't realize how late it's gotten. I need to head back.
I glanced at the time. It really is late. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. We got an early start tomorrow. This seems to perk Mina up right up. Forgetting her disagreement, Mina's face brightens into a broad smile.
Oh, that's right! Tomorrow is the first day of our super fun beach holiday.
Oh yeah, I'm so ready for it.
Same here.
Don't forget, we're meeting in front of Kira's house first thing in the morning.
How could I forget? Kosei nods.
I better get going so I can get a good night's sleep. We've got to make sure we're well rested and energized for the beach.
Totally. Me too.
Mina and I walk Kosei to the door, say our final goodbyes. After he leaves, Mina turns to me.
I'm going to bed now. Good night.
Good night. I follow her upstairs and head to my room. That could have gone badly, but thankfully we have the beach to keep us all in a happy mood. I do one last check to make sure I have everything I need, then I prepare my bed. As I curl up under the blankets, I try to quiet my excitement. Eventually, I drift off to sleep. Alright, we're definitely going to be able to get the start of the beach house going before we wrap up today. And we'll probably get some pretty good pictures, too. Wake up bright and early the next morning, feeling refreshed and energized. There's no school, and very soon we'll be enjoying the sea breeze at the beach. I flip off my covers and jump out of bed. Better get ready so we can leave on time. Ba-ba-ba. After changing my clothes, I go downstairs and meet the girls in the kitchen. Morning!
Morning, cuz.
Good morning.
Aw. Breakfast is laid out for us on the table with a note from Aunt Emiko and Uncle Hajime to enjoy the weekend. That was nice of them. I join Mina and Erilynn and dig into the food. It's delicious as usual. When we're done, we clean up and grab our bags.
Ready to go?
Erilynn and I nod. We slip in our shoes and get up and then leave the house. The morning air is crisp and cool, sending a slight shiver down my spine, but in a matter of minutes, the walk soon warms me up. The girls are both in high spirits as they chat about the beach.
I'm so excited! I can't wait until we get there!
Yes, I love the warmth and fun of the beach.
Yeah! I'm so curious about Kira's beach house. What do you think it'll be like?
Oh, it's gonna be spectacular. Nice and comfortable. I bet it'll be real nice and comfortable. Mina nods.
I think so too. I'm really excited to see it.
Same here. We soon see Kira's house just up the road. She waits for us outside and waves as we approach. Kosei grins beside her.
Hey, guys.
Hey, man.
Whoa, Kosei! I didn't think you'd get here before us.
I know, right? I was too excited to sleep, so for once I was awake early.
Wait, you didn't sleep at all? That doesn't sound like you're gonna have fun.
We're excited too! Hopefully you guys weren't waiting long.
No, you're right on time. The car will be here soon.
We get a chauffeur.
The car?
Yes, my parents arranged a ride for all of us.
Fetch, man.
Oh wow, that's so nice of them.
Kira merely smiles. As if on cue, a dark car parks in the driveway. We cluster around the vehicle and load up our bags. After we're settled in, the car starts and we drive off. I stare out the window, watching the trees fly by. The hum of the engine relaxes me, lulling me into a sleep as I soon drift off. Man, we just sleep every time we get in the car. To be fair, though, I do, if I'm not driving, I tend to sleep in cars too, but it just seems like a convenient transition. I'm shaken awake once the car stops. My friends and I exit the vehicle and then load our bags. As the car drives off, we pause, looking at the beautiful house before us. Whoa!
Welcome.
Fetch, this place is awesome! We follow Kira inside and take a look around. The interior is neatly decorated with tasteful artwork and furniture. The aesthetic reminds me of Kira's house. That must be an Igarashi style. Large windows let in the sunlight, giving the place a light, airy feel. Kira shows us around, and I'm awed by how big the house is. There's a bedroom available for each of us. This house is awesome. Fetch, bedroom for each person. That's insane.
What would you like to do now? Do you want to rest?
Mina fidgets in place.
No way! Let's go to the beach! It's the perfect time for it!
She pauses, looking sheepish.
I mean, assuming we aren't tired or anything.
I'm sure we're fine.
After spending so long cramped in the car, I'd rather stretch my legs.
Yeah, let's take advantage of the sun.
We can sleep when we're dead. I'm down to go to the beach.
Okay.
Once we're in agreement, we split off into our respective rooms and get changed. I settle in and put my stuff down. Bed looks soft and plush, and the whole room feels comfortable. Pulling out my swim trunks, I quickly change and get ready and return and then return to the living room. Kosei and the girls are already there, complimenting each other's swimsuits. He glances up as I approach.
Looking good, my man.
I'm sure. Thanks. I never look good in a swimsuit. Not before, because I used to be so much heavier, and now, still no, not at all. By the way, so if some people might just, I keep getting comments occasionally for people who are watching my old content and then watching now. I'm actually getting people who ask me like, are you the same guy? Like, I am. Just in case you're wondering, I'm the same person who's been recording all the videos on this channel. There's never been anybody else. It's just been me. I just lost a lot of weight, okay?
Everyone's swimsuits are nice, but none compare to how great I look in mine. The ladies are gonna be all over this.
No. He puffs out his chest and runs a hand through his hair.
All over what? This?
Mina scoffs and pokes Kosei in the ribs, causing him to yelp. She giggles.
Wow, so impressive.
Hey, that tickles!
If anything, us girls look the best in our swimsuits.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no. Erilynn nods.
Mina picked out this suit for me, so I'm confident I wear it well.
Yeah.
She helped me with my suit too.
Aww. Kira's still best, girl. Mina fixes Kosei with a smug smile.
See?
Unconvinced, he turns to me.
Who do you think looks the best?
Okay. I like how, like, I got, like, say myself so nobody gets angry. Choose Mina. I mean, like, it's funny. We gotta be honest, though, right? Yeah! Does anyone else not see how stylish Kira's swimming suit is? It hugs her perfectly. It just shows just the right amount of skin. Hands down, Kira looks the cutest here. She blinks in surprise.
Really?
Yeah! I mean, I'm probably biased, but at the same time, it's not wrong. Definitely.
It's true. Kira, you look so adorable.
Yeah, I don't mind losing to you. You look great.
A soft blush dusts her cheeks as she smiles.
Yes, it's the perfect style for you.
Thank you, Erilynn.
So, are we all ready to go? The group nods, we gather up our towels and other beach accessories and head out to the sun. Oh yeah. Mina carries 2 bulky, oversized bags. What's in there?
Oh, just stuff for the beach.
What kind of stuff?
You'll see.
Oh, great. She grins mischievously. I wonder what she's up to. Oh, it says mysteriously, but I think mischievously is a better word. What on earth are we up to? The sky's clear blue, reflecting sparkles on the waves, and there isn't a cloud in the sight. I breathe in the salty air, feeling the gentle breeze cool my skin and ruffle my hair. What a beautiful day. It's a short walk to the open beach, and soon see a sandy bank curve along the water. People lie out on the sand or splash in the ocean, their laughter ringing on the breeze. I guess it makes sense that it wouldn't be a private beach, but it's probably like a resort beach. I actually recently stayed at like kind of like a resort lake over the summer, and there was like a restricted beach like we had access to. You had to like live in certain neighborhoods or like have a certain pass to be able to go, so it keeps it from being super crowded. We relax for a while, soaking up the warm rays. Not too long before Kosei gets fidgety.
Hey guys, we should play a game or something.
What kind of game?
I know.
Mina leaps up from her towel and rummages in one of the oversized bags before hauling out a small watermelon. Heck yeah!
Let's play Sweet Kawari.
Kawari. So that's what was in those bags.
Mm-hmm.
Great idea. It's fun and delicious.
Erilynn looks confused.
What is this sweet kawari?
It's a game where you have to split the watermelon open. Each person will be blindfolded and spun around. Then they have to attempt to hit the watermelon.
Oh, I see.
She glances at the bags.
I wondered why you had packed so many watermelons. This makes much more sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yep. So what do you think? Wanna play?
Like, if you had no idea what that was all about, it'd be super confusing. Everyone glances at each other and nods, smiling excitedly. Mina readies the first watermelon, setting it on a towel so it doesn't get dirty. That's clever. She reaches for a bat and blindfold, then holds them out.
Who wants to go first?
Erilynn confidently stands up.
I will.
All right. Really? You don't want to watch someone else do it first?
There's no need. This game seems simple enough.
Fair. You haven't played it yet. How do you know it's easy? She smirks.
All anyone would have to do is remember where they were facing and then count the number of spins. If they can do that, then it'll be easy to orient themselves and they'll hit the watermelon each time.
I don't know. After a few spins, I don't think you'd be able to keep perfect track.
Huh, that actually sounds pretty smart.
If your equilibrium were perfect, maybe. But the problem is that when like the I can't remember what it's called, but the part of your ear, like when the fluid starts spinning, it's going to be too disorienting unless you're like trained. Maybe like fighter jet pilots could do it.
Of course it does. Now, I'm ready for my bat.
Oh gosh, someone's gonna get clonked. Mina slips the blindfold over Erilynn's eyes and hands her the bat. Then she spins Erilynn a few times before letting her go.
Okay, now hit it.
Smirking confidently, Erilynn holds the bat over her head and swings right into the sand. She rips off the blindfold and stares dumbfoundedly at the very intact watermelon.
What? How is that possible?
I kind of want to laugh. It was pretty funny, but it's okay. The first time I tried to play Myst 2, the game's a lot harder than you think.
Yeah, I still miss it sometimes.
Me too.
You almost had it.
Erilynn scowls at the watermelon.
I will not be bested by some fruit.
She regroups and throws back her hair.
That was just a practice round. Now that I know what I'm doing, I'm certain to hit it.
We could confuse her, too. Kara sets her up and spins her around. Erilynn swings the bat right back into the sand.
No!
She repositions herself and misses again. After her final miss, Erilynn rips off the blindfold. Her face is pursed in a fiery determination. She grasps the bat tightly in her hands. She's gonna kill someone. Marching up to the watermelon, she swings with all her might and hits the fruit square in the center. It bursts open, exploding in shrapnel of pink pulp. With a satisfied sigh, Erilynn spins back around and faces us, wearing a sweet smile.
There. Simple.
Well, when you can see it, yeah? Wow, she really did a number on that watermelon. It doesn't count if you take the blindfold off.
The watermelon is split, though. Is that not the point of the game?
Yeah, but
Then I have succeeded.
that's not... Kosei puts his hand on my shoulder.
You're not gonna win this one, dude.
I know. Yeah, it's probably best to let it go. Mina laughs nervously.
Good job, Erilynn.
Yay, golf clap, let's start eating.
Alright, who wants to go next? How about you, Kira?
Okay.
Let's do this. We set up a fresh watermelon for Kira. After slipping the blindfold, Mina spins her around.
Go!
Kira takes a few seconds to orient herself, then she swings the bat over her head and brings it down in one clean sweep. We hear the unmistakable crack of the bat hitting its mark. The watermelon bursts open. Kira slides the blindfold down, blinking at the scene before her. For a second, nobody moves. Then Mina cheers.
Oh my gosh, Kira, that was amazing!
Yeah, she, wow.
You busted that thing wide open!
But how?
Kara blushes deeply from the attention. She tucks a lock of hair behind her ear.
Actually, I took Erilynn's advice. I counted how many times Mina spun me and then used that to orient myself. She was right. It was really easy.
Aha. Erilynn blinks and breaks into a smug smile. She flips her hair back over her shoulder.
Well, of course. I'm usually correct about these things.
Sure. I mean, Erilynn was right on track. That was unexpected, but Kara is so awesome. Kara, that was awesome. I don't think I could have gotten such an accurate split, even if I tried. Kara's blush deepens.
I'm sure you could.
Maybe after I've had a few test swings. It's super impressive that you were able to do it on your first go.
All I did was follow the strategy. Anyone could do it if they tried.
Alright, I gotta try. Well, not anyone. Hey! My gaze slides to Erilynn, who crosses her arms.
At least we know the strategy works.
Mina shivers with excitement.
I want to try the strategy too!
Sure, you can go next.
I'll help you get set up.
I'll go grab the bat.
I don't like how he said that. Kira and Erilynn clean up the leftover watermelon and swap out a new one. As they do that, Kosei picks up the discarded bat and swaps it with a new one from the bag. I didn't know we packed more than one. He catches my gaze and grins, chuckling quietly. Then he puts a finger to his lips as he hands the bat to Mina. I knew it! Oh man, I wonder what Kosei's planning. The girls slip the blindfold over Mina's eyes and then spin her. As they step back, Mina swings hard. To everyone's surprise, the bat breaks off the watermelon and bounces straight into Kosei's groin. Yes! He groans, doubling over and collapses into the sand. So it was like a cheap bat that broke when she connected, but it bounced right into him. Hey, it deserved. As I put two and two together, I double over with him as laughter explodes out of me.
What's going on? Did I hit it?
Mina excitedly pulls out the blindfold before looking puzzled at her stump of a bat and at the intact watermelon.
What just happened?
Erilynn and Kira both seem equally confused. I catch my breath between peals of laughter. Kosei just tried to prank you and it totally backfired.
Huh?
When you guys weren't looking, he swapped the bat out with a brittle one. When Mina hit the watermelon, it broke and ricocheted back at him. Mina crosses her arms as she watches Kosei roll on the ground.
Serves you right for trying to sabotage me.
It's true. He thoroughly earned this.
Now I know what karma feels like. And it's not good.
Mina sighs.
Are you okay though?
Yeah, I just need a moment.
Poor Kosei. Oh, look at that picture. Woo! That is... Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Kosei eventually peels himself off the ground and laments over this failure at the perfect prank. The girls laugh when they realize he's fine and hope that he's learned his lesson. We eat and clean up the watermelon, then we lounge around on the beach. Mina and Kira strike up a casual game of volleyball while Erilynn cheers them on from the sidelines in the comfort of her chair. Kosei takes a dip in the ocean. I split time between swimming and cheering on the volleyball game. We continue to hang out and relax, enjoying the seaside air. Beautiful. After a while, Erilynn and Kira each split off to do their own thing. Maybe I can join one of them. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, unfortunately, we're going to end here, but that leaves us at a great place for the next time. So, I hope you guys have had a great time with me. That was an enjoyable one. Though, start at super, like, serious mode. I'd love to know your thoughts about that, especially because we all come from different circumstances and different family situations. If you feel comfortable, I'd love to know what your perspectives were on Kira's expression and maybe my thoughts as well. Just because it, like I said, even as I talked, I could feel like there were just contradictions and case points against me coming up. And so I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Maybe like something you want to add or feel like could be like better expressed than what I was able to say. It's really important to talk about family in general, whether it's biological or not. Family's family, and like it's good for us to have some kind of a support structure, whether or not that's like. And the nice thing is like sometimes you are that structure for friends. Like, don't ever devalue yourself as a person just because someone's family situation is poor. Doesn't mean that you're not being the supportive family member that they need, even if it's not a biological connection. It's really good to think of that. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And then, of course, did you have fun with all the other scenes we've seen so far? And are you excited? Any predictions? No spoilers, but any predictions on what's happening next if you don't know? I'm excited to read it all. Thank you so much, especially to the patrons who are donating to the channel every month. Like, you guys are awesome. You guys are allowing me to get more stuff, and I'm actually like prepared for the next thing we're going to be covering on the channel. Something that's been brewing for a while, and I've actually preemptively got artwork for it, and the artwork's actually all set and ready to go. So I'm real excited to share that with you and to get that story going. And then of course we got more stuff going on. We got stuff on Friday, Monday, and Wednesday, as you see here tonight. Feel free to continue to join me for these these updates, and then look in the library, the archive. We got tons of visual novels to go through. I highly recommend Muv-Luv. This is like the year of Muv-Luv. So much good stuff coming out. They got an anime coming out. I highly recommend you join me on exploring the visual novel, especially because Muv-Luv itself has actually been publishing their visual novel online for free for anybody, because I think they want to make sure people can keep up with the story. But at that point, like if they're posting that already, like even if you aren't sure you want to play it yourself, join me in my playthrough of it. Listen to my reactions and like decide for yourself. But obviously, of course, if you can, support the developer, help them know that we still love the visual novels and want them to continue to make the content that's so great. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night and a great rest of your week. And until next video, watch me or see me in next. I'll see you there.